So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lawrence Transcend and Transform Conference 2025. So we have a fantastic panelists over here. So panelists, so you all know that we all in this room, whoever is there, is sitting with the same vision, mission, and passion. So today we are to explore, as we are exploring the uh, communication or teamwork or one goal. So you are not only representing as an individual, so you are representing the entire employees. So a lot of good questions are there, which you have to genuinely answer, okay? So even though your appraisals are pending, so you can still genuinely answer the questions. So, so it's all interesting question. The first question I'll go with, so we can start, right? All are ready, right? Yeah, thank you. So this question is basically, Vishal and Yohan. Okay, so how do you see Lawrence value of integrity and honesty reflected in our work culture? You want me to repeat the question or it's fine? So Vishal, you can go ahead.
Check. Good afternoon, everyone. As most of you know that I come from the finance function. And when we talk about integrity and honesty as a ethos, we know it's most important when it comes to integrity and ethics in with respect to money or finance, right? I have worked in Lauren for now over 2.5 years, and on multiple occasions, I have encountered multiple situations, and feels proud to say that on every occasion, the leadership team has taken calls which are which substantiate this integrity and ethics as our main values basis which our organization works. So it's very it goes without saying that we work with all the integrity and ethics keeping in mind, irrespective of the situation, irrespective of the cost that company might have to bear for it, but we do stand by those values. So yeah.
Thank you, thanks Vishal. And want to add something,
Yeah,
Johan?
I'd love to. So, um, I, the way that I define integrity is staying true to your values, staying true to Lauren's values in from the context of Lauren, but also staying true to your these values when no one is watching you. Right now, how do we know that Lauren's work culture does stand for integrity, does stand for honesty? Today, we all saw the numbers on the screens. That speaks for itself. We have so many employees who've been at the organization for so many years, who've been core to the growth of this company as well, and they've been super integral. They've been super staunch about keeping those values with themselves. And additionally, we have today itself we had so many standout performers that were called out, right? And that just shows that these guys are working while they're working individually. They are doing an excellent job without anyone looking over their shoulder at all times. And that means that they are sticking to their job. They are doing the best that they can without anyone watching over them. And that is Lawrence values, right? Um, I, I think I got to work very closely with people like Pratik, with people like Israel, and seeing them really stick to their core values, stick to ensuring that they come to office, small things like coming to office on time, or responding to a customer email on time, or not delaying any proposals. Small things like that itself make such a difference to your entire team. So I think it's a very trickle down effect, which does sort of come from the top already at Lauren, and we see the effect with so many of the other salespeople, at least from my point of view. So yeah.
Thank you, thanks, Johan. That's a wonderful answer. And I think, Dinesh, this not only reflected in our work culture, but this integrity and honesty, I think this is one of a key thing outside Lauren also. which keeps the credibility of Lauren with the OEM or customer level, I think, yeah.
This is what not only internally, but our OEMs and our customers also truly appreciate the way that we conduct our business, which is quite fair, I would say quite clean as compared to any of our competitors. That is one of the key differentiators that Rolin and Kanchan have been building over the period of years, and now Kyle and Mustaq and Israel have been continuing it.
So thank you. So just relax. Well, this is the first time for all. So how you're feeling? Feeling like some NDTV conclave is going and you're on the dais, and two journalists are taking some interviews.
I think the next generation is pretty more confident. Look at
Yeah.
Yohan, doesn't seem like it's first time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So a previous generation might be a little bit hesitant.
Thank you, guys. So let's continue with the second question. So, what makes Lauren a unique place to work compared to other IT companies? So, I think this will Rima, you can, if you can answer this question. So, this is basically maybe, I don't know, someone's first job, second job, or multiple companies they work. So, you can answer better for this question actually, as you have worked in different environment.
We have seen about 9 different profiles over a period of time. That's what LinkedIn said.
Fin robotics,
Yeah, like
some
in
homework we have
different
done.
spaces. Okay, hello, you can hear me? Okay, I think based on my previous experience in, companies in this similar space, one thing that I've strikingly noticed different, which in other companies, is that the relationship within the company is very transactional. So it used to always be just about delivering the project, or everything would be related to just the project or whatever the client needs, and that would be the only interaction that I would have within the company. And it was one of the reasons why I've also switched spaces, because I felt like always in kind of IT space, it will be that boring. But I felt like Lauren really changed that perception for me. Like, since I've been here for almost a year now, and I feel like Lauren really, the space really opens conversations. There is a lot of emphasis given to collaboration, to leadership, to more of like individual growth. And one of the ways that this is seen is Lauren has a lot of, they invest a lot in personal development of people. They tell employees to learn more in their field, to upskill themselves and do better. So I feel this is one of the most striking difference that I've felt here. It's a warm environment to work, and I really enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely true. And Wilbur, you are not only connected with the Lauren employees, but as you are on site, you are connected with many employees there also. So how you feel this comparing to unique place to work, comparing to the other IT companies and other customers actually?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. So, like Rima rightly said, that's one of the things that has changed for me too. The perception that even though I'm working at a site, there is always communication. There is always an interface that I have with the senior management, who are always willing to help and give their feedback on whatever's going on at my site and how things are going. And especially big shout out to the HR team for the connects that they do, for the learning and development initiative. I think that's really helpful, and that's the feedback that I've got from people working in my team that was very valuable to them. And we are continuing with more sessions now this year, bringing value to our employees. A few other things that I think make Lauren different is we celebrate wins, no matter how big or small. I had the chance this last year to arrange the town hall for ISG, and just the amount of work that goes in, and you know, the uh, the way it brightens someone's day or the entire, I'd say for me, when I won, it was almost the entire week, that, you know, someone is recognizing your work goes a long way in, you know, ensuring that employees are happy with their role. Uh, Lastly, I think is we have our specific outlines for the kind of relationships that we want to build with our clients. Uh, so whenever I remember when we started at HDFC, I had a discussion with Latesh sir on our goals that we want to achieve short term, long term. So that clarity of thought with regards to where we want to be with our clients is very important. And I think that that's something that sets us apart. So that's what I think makes us different.
Thank you, Wilbur. That was a good answer, actually. And I think,
I'll take over
yeah,
this little bit.
so we both are good to answer these questions, actually, because we don't know outside what's happening.
Correct.
But internally, we have seen you completed 20 years. I completed 16 years. So internally, we have seen a lot of changes in the work culture and in various departments, actually. So thank you, guys. And I think, Dinesh, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll take over the baton from Vinod for the next set of questions. So this question actually is for you and me, but I would have Vishal and Wilbur attempt it. Vishal, by starting with you. What advice would you give to new employees looking to make an impact at Lauren?
Uh, you know, as we have heard multiple times during today's multiple speakers also mentioned that Lauren has been a, you know, liberal organization. Everyone gets heard. You can have your point of view. So whosoever is joining new, they might not be, you know, uh, on their first day itself, they might not know that, you know, this culture exists in Lauren, which in other companies may not. So I would advise any of the new joinees to, you know, uh, give their own perspective about whatever the role that they are playing. It might so happen that, you know, they might have to question the status quo, that one particular process has been followed for so many years. But you have all the right to question. You have all the right to, you know, bring in your own perspective. And I have experienced myself that you get heard in this organization. If you are, you know, bringing any new value addition to the company by whatsoever mean, you are always welcome to, you know, bring on your point of view. And so I would advise, you know, whoever is joining new, and, you know, in your team, any of the teams, you may pass on this message that, you know, you can very well question anything which, you know, is happening, and you can have your own point of view, which will, you know, ultimately help company as well to, you know, to grow basically from a different standpoint.
Because today in the morning we would have seen about when Kyle had new set of people who have joined. There were about 30 plus, roughly in numbers. So this input is very important. So Wilbur, would you be able to attempt to answer this question?
Yeah, so I agree. I see a lot of new faces here today. And so my advice would be to focus on stability first. There is a tendency, maybe when you start a new role, you want to impress everyone. You go gung ho and you know, take a lot of things on your plate. Pace yourself a little, see where you fit in and where you need to improve. That's another thing, is to be open to criticism and constructive feedback, to take it the right way, and ensure that you know, you're you're making progress on your goals and whatever is expected from you. Uh, Also, just try and build a good working relationship with your colleagues. I think that's something that's very underrated. Sometimes we tend to work good as individuals, but not in a team setting. So to be able to contribute in a team is as important, to help you know, to fill in the gaps of your team members wherever they maybe you feel that they're not good at something. You can take it up with them and, you know, give them feedback from your end, and try and help them that way. So I think that's two things that, for me, I think should really help someone who's joined recently.
Thanks, Wilbur. It was a very good feedback.
And one more thing, Dinesh, just want to add is like you see in Lauren, majority of our colleagues are more than 7, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years completed actually. So right now we can't able to see in any other organizations because people leave 2 years or 3 years after that they change their jobs. So here it's not only about the money, but the culture, the atmosphere, the freedom the company giving to the employees, and if you put a 100% effort, you'll get a recognition. So that is more important. So everyone is getting their share of good things actually. So this is what, yeah, please.
The next set of questions I would like to start with Pritam. Pritam, the question here states is, how do you see mentorship playing a role in Lawrence growth culture? You've been around roughly about 2 years now.
Yes.
So your thoughts on it?
You want to
About
start with some
mentorship?
shairi or something?
So the code I believe in is like कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती, right? Keep trying, and you will hit that eye of a fish or bull that we majorly prefer to say once if you keep trying. So during this journey, what the constant trust, belief, faith, and support that has been by Mustaq sir and management team, of course, I anytime approachable, day, night. So that has played a very major role for our success in northern and eastern region. Any challenges is there, any hurdles are there. Sai and sir has always trusted. You do it, you can do it, and we trust you, and you will find a way. So come with a solution. We are open to discuss and share our POBs on it, right? So if you talk about a mentorship, uh, reference to that, the whole journey we have in north and eastern region for 2 years has been remarkable. It's not like it's very different to be in a head office and the regional guys over there being alone, running on the fields, customer. There are a lot of challenges with customers, of course, competitions and all. Ahead of that, you need someone. At the end of the day, when you are tired, you are frustrated, and you're done with your day, so you go and put your back on the wall. So they have been always been the wall, I would rather say. So I just wanted to thank you all, and thanks is just a small word. So they're very open, very supportive, and always trust the instincts and the faith on the employees they're associated with. So thank you once again.
The same thing I would like to ask Mehek. You would have a mentor. You are relatively new in the TSG team. Less than a year is what I understand.
So I think mentorship is really important in terms of your personal and your organizational growth. It closes the gap of knowledge that you have. It accelerates and boosts the potential. And the culture that I've seen at Lauren is even from the most junior employee to the most senior management, they're really open and supportive in terms of the guidance they have to give. They can actually sit you down and help you out when you need it without having any judgment. There's no form of judgment in terms of if you don't know something, right? So I think that is really important to have in an organization, especially if you're new, right? This was my first technical job, and the amount I've learned in 1 year, I don't think I would be able to learn that much maybe in 3 or 4 years in a different organization, right? So
I joined quite some number of years ago, but when I joined, we had a specific mentor for 3 or 6 months. People new into the organization to find our way around this organization. Does it still exist, or does it need to be reintroduced? Anybody in HR?
Thanks, sir. There, all the
You
mentors
may
are
have an
always.
official mentor, or you may have but
we've had
a mentor typically is somebody outside. Pushkar cannot be your mentor because he is your reporting manager. So we had something that we had a specific guy to for about 3 months, if Kanchan and Roland can remember very distinctly, they had put it in place. So I had a mentor, Kalpesh, at that point in time, who helped me navigate around the organization through its processes and everything for 3 months. It really helps in integrating. So I, for one, definitely believe that mentorship or having a mentor really helps. It cannot be somebody within that chain, but somebody outside. And it's a good practice to have.
Now I think they select their own mentor.
Acha,
They,
select
they approach, they interact with many people, then they select.
I think we were the shy lot.
Sorry, yeah, please, please.
So I think to that, I have a little different perspective because from like my experience here, I have actually found mentorship from all the people I've worked. And it might not be in the formal setting, but right from Josh, like sharing his learnings and how things work, which is obviously making it easy for me to enter this new system and then create, my processes. And to many other people, Josh, Abhijit, Arjun, there have been people from all different spaces sharing, like basically giving their knowledge and their learnings, which has helped and accelerated my growth within my space. So yeah, it's different from what you've mentioned, but also I think this is happening, and I feel this is very crucial, especially in a company like this, which has a lot of new employees coming in, as well as people who have been here for more than 10 years, like a lot of experienced professionals who have the knowledge to share. So I feel like that mentorship is also happening and super crucial here.
So if not an official structure, it's still around.
Managers can be good mentors.
So the next question is again to you, Rima. If you had unlimited resources, what problem would you solve in using AI or automation?
So not new, but I'm still exploring the AI space and automation space. But I feel like there are two major areas where I find a lot of value that can come in through AI and automation. The two areas are, one is efficient working, like basically managing time efficiently and hence work efficiently. And second would be knowledge sharing. So I feel with when I say time efficiency, I feel AI tools and automation, it's already existing. I think we all are already using it and exploring it. But I feel there is so much value within it because you can really do work, you can do sometimes better work in lesser amount of time because of AI and automation. And embracing, I think, this new shift that has come would be the ideal way to go forward, especially considering that we are taking in more business as a company. We want to do more and we are growing at a fast pace. So that's how I see, and knowledge sharing. The second was knowledge sharing. So when I say knowledge sharing, this is actually because we have so many people who, like so many experienced professionals here who have been here for so many years. I feel somehow if we can use AI and automation, I think this was also discussed in Josh or Kyle's presentation earlier, where their knowledge, where all professionals' knowledge can be somehow shared to newer employees so that that knowledge gaining gap reduces and newer employees also know processes better. They understand how to work in projects more easier. So I feel these two are the main areas where AI and automation can really excel in productivity, business, in the entire spectrum for the company.
Question to you, Yohan. The same question. Just I will add a little, or I would have missed out. I would add, if you had unlimited resources, like you would have the server from that, who is that Twitter fellow? So if you had access to Elon Musk's AI farm, so which is the problem that you would solve? Now this is more of imagination than restricting yourself to Lauren or your particular job?
I think Rima touched on a very important point, which is knowledge transfer. Um, I know the question is unlimited resources, but knowledge transfer is key. I think the onboarding process and ensuring that employees are up to date as soon as possible when they are onboarded is super important. So that would be super helpful, and we are seeing something like that with Lisa. So it's a great, I think, investment that's being made. Um, on top of that, I think uh, integrating it with tools like something like Fresh Sales. So I'll give you an example. Right now, we're getting some data from Fresh Sales where we can see maybe the number of calls we've made, the number of meetings we've had, but it could possibly also, this data could help us gain some insights like, hey, tomorrow you need to do this as well, right, to ensure that you close this deal sooner. What is the ideal timeline? Let's say you want to close a deal within 3 months, then maybe the AI could give you insights through the data that's already there in Fresh Sales to guide you to actually help you close that deal faster. So
Because Israel mentioned that your CSG has a head start when it comes to When AI initiative. So I thought,
Unlimited to limited.
because adding an unlimited resource thing might help you accelerate a few things more.
I don't have any other inputs as of now, but if someone else on stage or someone from the
Anybody else
crowd
would
as
like to
well.
attempt it? Okay, we'll move on to the next question in interest of time. Uh, this question I would like to direct to Vishal bhai and Mehek. If you could ask senior leadership one thing to improve the employee experience, what it would be? नजदीक है
हाँ
अप्रेजल नजदीक
इसके लिए सोचना पड़ रहा है. So it's not an advice, but we know that we are working towards that direction. For example, everyone in their respective presentation highlighted that technology, we should use technology, we should use technologies, AI, and every related to that. I think one thing I just want to add into that is the message should be passed on to the lowest spectrum of the employees, because though we at a global level want to adapt and adopt all the technologies and want to make all the automations, but I think the message should pass on in to the all the ground level employees, so that they start thinking about that you have opportunities to work towards this goal, and you have fortunate leadership team with a vision that all the benefits that all the our customers are taking, all the globe is taking, we can take it. So but so yeah, my view is that the message should pass on to the
improve.
sorry.
The question is, the question here is, what would you ask the senior management to improve so that the employee experience is better?
So that's what I'm saying. That the management is already working towards making life easier for all the employees in respective fields wherever they are working. But adapting new, as I was mentioning, adapting new technologies, making your life easier. The message should be passed on to the ground level employees so that they can take a benefit of it.
I know some people still use IBM Lotus Notes and not O365.
So,
They are still old. So that employee has to improve. So, Mehek, thoughts from you?
I think the leadership is already doing a really great job from the presentations that we have seen, even the resources that we are going to be getting, the pre-subscriptions that we have, the targets that we have. I think everything is really quite aligned. I don't have anything that I could probably say for improvement, because I don't have anything to say about that. I think everything is really good.
The coffee machine.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should get a vending machine.
Come again?
We should get a vending machine for Diet Coke.
For Diet Coke.
Yeah. I it's really hard to go down all the time. But that is one thing we can improve on.
So
Yeah.
anyone
So an
else
input
want to add
to
something?
improve employee experience, Coke. Oh,
Want to add
anybody else wants to add?
Yeah, just to continue on Vishal's point, for the ground team, if we could have feedback structure, maybe a quarterly thing where they could submit anonymous feedback, because there are a lot of people who hesitate to speak up during one-on-one conversations or team discussions, even with HR. So I think there is a lot of valuable feedback that we're missing out on. So if we could have that structure ready and implement in the right way, could be helpful.
People will mix something in the Coke, so that is why they have not kept a Coke machine.
And you know better what one thing we can ask management in April, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on with the next question. This is for Pritam and Rima. So, what's one thing Lauren could do to make the workplace even more engaging and fulfilling? You want?
So we are doing already a lot of things, a lot of activities, festival seasons we're celebrating. But for reasons, of course, we are limited resources over there, but we can also do initiate such activities over there. So it will also help us to get motivated and get that vibe over there.
I mean, I feel that the workforce, I mean, it's pretty active and energetic anyway. I don't feel there is anything more that we need
See,
to do.
currently we are doing many things like a vacation or this kind of things.
Yeah.
Makes increase the bonding or
Yeah.
the culture or engaging or entertainment.
So
sort
you
of
want a
things.
Yeah.
70-hour rule work from office to be implemented?
I'm a fully remote worker, so no. But if there's something I would want to suggest, but it's not like a necessity, it's a nice to have, would be like to have a bit more informal meetups, maybe something like a virtual coffee break, or like in the week, not like once in like once in a week or something, but like every day if we can have some breaks where teammates can interact, even though we are not all in the office. There is also that, not problem, but there is that situation here where there are some people working remotely and a lot of people within the office. So to kind of bridge that gap also on a daily basis. I don't know how possible it is, but it would be maybe more.
So we have invented one thing in 2020. Kyle, you remember virtual drink when COVID was there all Friday?
On a daily basis, majority of the sales team, the teams that we work with, are physically there in office. She's talking about half of the team possibly working remotely. I met a few people in Bangalore, somebody in MP. So if that early morning stand-up meeting or some 15-minute sync,
Not stand-up meeting. Something informal.
something
like
informal.
Where,
I
or like people with similar interests can have like some time in the day or week where they can group
Like-minded people.
Ajay, this is cross team.
Term,
across teams.
Across
Yes.
teams. Okay.
Yes.
thank you. So we'll go ahead with the next question. This is for the Yohan, Mehek, and Pritam. Okay, so as technology evolves, how do you see your role at Lauren changing in the next 5 years? So this is not an interview.
Okay. If we have an unlimited budget, like the other question, I hope I am not replaced by a robot in the next 5 years. But I think I was actually just having a conversation with Krishna ma'am during lunch, and she was telling me how her daughter, who's in the 3rd standard, planned an itinerary for a 5-day Dharamshala trip on her own, just using AI, using some prompts. So I don't know how much smarter our kids. I mean, I have a long time until I'm going to get some kids, but I don't know how much smarter our kids are going to be. I think it's a lot is going to depend on how we use AI. It's going to be super important on whether we know how to use the platform, the kind of prompts that we can put. We'll have to really improve on that quality. And then I'm assuming that a lot of the menial tasks right now is gonna sort of go away and gonna get solved by AI, and that's gonna in turn help our quality of work as a whole. You know, the kind of conversations that we have with customers, the kind of relationships. We'll focus more on building a relationship with the customer than maybe on operational tasks. We'll probably have to be more on the field. Yeah, so that's
How do you see your role changing next 5 years?
Yohan, getting to the question
I thought I
states
answered
is your role changing in the next 5 years.
Like you want
You
to
were
be a
using
CSG head or something?
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
you-
as technology evolves, how
As
do you-
technology evolves,
I'd like to be.
your, it is a very specific question to you.
Okay. Okay.
Generic.
I thought it was general. My bad. Um, I would love to lead a business unit. That would be amazing, and maybe somewhere in North America or maybe replace Kirk at UAE. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
We have Saudi coming up.
yeah, but I would love to see myself, be in a leadership position where I'm leading a successful business unit and probably performing better than all the others. That I would love to be in that position. Yes.
Thanks, Johan. Mehek?
I see my role changing quite dynamically because technology is emerging. And at the day and age that we are at, it's emerging at a really rapid speed, right? And since I'm in the cybersecurity space, the tools that we have, the bad guys also do, right, with AI. So I am excited to see the creativity and the innovativeness that the hackers would have. B, I would see myself being more of an expert in this field, to leverage more resources, to have more knowledge, and see maybe have more of a domination in the sales sector. That's where I see myself.
Can you hack some of my competitors' codes?
Sorry?
Can you hack some of my competitors?
I have thought about that.
It's,
Like
it's an
if
easier way.
if a client is not giving us a deal, maybe we can hack them. You know, like take a USB with us for the meeting and just be like, we can
Push the
fix it
wrong
for you.
mentorship.
So
कैसे करते हैं?
Yeah.
after 5 years,
After 5
she wants to
Maybe
see
you can
herself as a
offline
hacker.
ask Pushkar what I told him about one of the deals recently. I was really creative at destroying it. Yeah.
I understand you destroyed an OEM all by yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Pritam, your
Yeah, of course. So we have started our branch 2 years back. Now we have a team of 2 people. So in 5 years, I would like to be, leading the business in Rajasthan completely ahead of our competitors and establish our branch office, not as big as our HO, but half of
Why
it.
not? Why not as big as HO?
So- Okay, because see, to build this HO, it took 32 years. To build a region with full of competitors, regional thinking, business strategies, it will take some time for me also to get.
It will be 3 years. 30 years we have the experience still around, right? We'll help you build it in 3 years.
Okay, I will take suggestion and special guidance from you, sir, of course. So we will build that team over there and also target, like we have achieved a very good business recently from Rajasthan. So hire few resources and set up a business over there, and then of course targeting the eastern market with bank, UCO Bank, Bandhan Bank, and this NICs and all. There are few customers. Chris is in the center, of course, and then JNK has few potentials. Of course, in 5 years, what I can commit is like for me, as my personal goal is, we might dominate the north and east regions with a big team, with big number of businesses over there. That's my
Any number?
okay.
5
So-
years.
So in 5 years, if as a Lauren we target a business of around 2,000 to 25 crores, I would like to contribute approx 500 crore and more.
Great.
That's my motto.
Thank you very much. So last question. This is a very fantastic question. Yeah. So this is all has to answer. Actually, tell three good things and bad things about your reporting heads. Just kidding. That's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Please, a big round of
चुमत में
applause.
खत्म हो गया.
Huh? That's it. That's it for today's. Thank you very much for participating in this event. A big round of applause, especially for the moderators. Thank you, and attendees, actually. Thank you. Thank you very much.